Today I've been looking through my bookshelves and pulled off some of the books I have on collage. So if you are interested in collage in any way, shape or form, or just want to see some beautiful eye candy, then stick around, we're going to have a look through them. Hello and welcome back to a Kooky Corner of YouTube. If you've been with me for a while, you will know that I am a big fan of collage. I love it. I think it's a great way of loosening up and using your abstract brain in order to create something beautiful, interesting, and to free your mind from perfection. That's what I think about collage. Anyway, let's have a little look through some of these books that I've got here. Now, I've got two beauties at the end that are my absolute adoration, so I'm going to save them for the end because they are lovely. They're all lovely, just in different ways. So I've got a few different ones for you to have a look through. So let's get started with the first one. So the first one I've got here is Lizzie Lee's Collage Carnival. This is a really good starter book, I would say, for people interested in collage, because it's a bit like those Wreck Your Journal books and things like that. It's a book where you've got everything or almost everything you need in order to do this. You'll need glue, obviously, and scissors, but it's a good starter for dipping your toes into collage, I would say. So Lizzie Lee is a collage artist. So you get this book here. So I solemnly declare to attack this book with wild creativity and set my heart free. I will not be scared. I will embrace. I will create. At the end of the book, there will be no book. So basically, for a book lover like me, it's a little bit of a but I do get that it's really good to let yourself loose and get some prompts along the way. So throughout this book, you'll have beautiful papers to use, prompts to work with to make a llama collage. I really fancy that idea. Cutting out shapes and things. So lots of backgrounds for you to create collages. There's even a page of stickers there that you can use, 2 pages of stickers. Colouring in, so you can decorate things with either collage or paper or paint, whatever you like. Make a collage with triangles. So there's lots of kind of quirky things that you can do in here. This one I quite like. It's the London scene, and it's like a pull-out scene that you can then collage into. So as you go through, things get a little bit trickier, but not too tricky. Not too tricky at all. Make your own cards. I love these. I love these owls so much. More stickers, more papers, make a Valentine's card. I love this bird. I really want to do some collage birds. I have done collage birds before, but I really fancy doing some more of those. So if you fancy doing one along with me at some point in time, let me know in the comments below the description box and we'll have a go together. So lots of different papers. I like this nautical dream scene. This is great. This is lovely. There's fishies. And there's a garden scene as well. So the pull-out garden scene, a bit like the London scene that we had earlier. So there's lots of surprises in this book. Country garden collage. Think up a garden. Use papers in the book to colour, cut and paste. Add your own flowers. So as you can see, it does get a little bit more interesting. Well, interesting. It gets a little bit more complicated as you go along, but there's a lot of papers to use. Beautiful colouring pages at the back for birds and ideas to do your own collage with. So if you are interested in creating your own collages in any way and want to be guided but also want to be able to be a little bit free with it, then Lizzie Lee's Collage Carnival. A book to colour, cut and paste your way to creative heaven. So that's one book I have on my shelf. Then the next one I have is the Collage Ideas book. This is a small book, small but mighty. There are a lot of ideas in this book that you can get your teeth into if you are interested in collage in any way, shape or form. So this is Alana Moore. Here are the contents. So there's plenty for you to have a look at and have a go with. So you can do digital collage, hand-produced collage, collage where you create your own papers, collage where you create your own worlds. I love things like this. Absolutely love it. Paint your own landscape, a book diorama. Love those. So repurposing your own artwork, it's always something good. If you make some artwork and you're not sure what to do with it, you can then just chop it up and make it into a collage. Why not? It teaches you not to be so precious about your work. I love these, absolutely adore these here. Shelley Rhodes, I've got a book by Shelley Rhodes which shows all of these. Love them to bits. So yes, lots and lots and lots. I'm not going to go into detail with all of these, but there are so many ideas that you can use collage with. I love these fish in raincoats, amazing. So self-portraits, playing around with paper, love this so much. This is awesome. Patrick Brammer. Oh, so Patrick Brammer was an oil painter at some point and then just moved into collage to keep as loose as possible. Very interesting. Like the idea of creating a triptych. I love triptychs. I've got a thing about the number 3. As have a lot of people, I do believe, but I do like things that come in 3s. Junk scrapaholic, so if you're into your junk, you can then collage that together in certain ways. Become a magpie of media. Well, we're all magpies here, aren't we? Anyway, that is a beautiful book to dive into if you are looking for some ideas of how to change up your artwork in a different way. So lots and lots of ideas there. The Collage Ideas book by Alana Moore. Along the same lines, we've got this beautiful book. It's part of the lab series that Quarry produced. I think I've got all of the collage. I think I've got all of the Quarry books in this lab series. This is another favourite. This is Experiments, Investigations and Exploratory Projects in Collage by B. Shea. On the back, you can see all these beautiful birds. Lots of birds. Oh, that is a very vivid green yellow. I love that. You could bottle that and wear it. Oh, awesome. So the contents book here, we've got foundation, texture, gesso, colour, surface design, line and form, papers, paper play, mediums, imagery, visual dictionary, and unification and composition. So it takes you all the way through it. A beautiful journey through collage. Collage Lab is structured to encourage the building of visual vocabulary by working through the 52 labs comprising the 12 units. So there are 12 units in the book. It's like doing a course on collage. Takes you all the way from the beginning, taking you through all the different things that you need to learn. Moving on to unit 3 there, building layers, colours, sanding things back, basic colour theory. So if you're interested in collage in any way and you want to take it right from the beginning, this is a really good book to look at for that. The lab books are great. As I say, I have quite a few of them. And it's like a course in a book. It takes you through learning about all the different things like matte medium, and what was the other one? Was gel medium, was it, or something? I can't remember. Mediums, yeah. So you've got gel medium, matte medium, adhering, so sticking things down. And then we've got paints, inks, imagery. So using your own photos, using found pieces that you have collected from journeys around the world, vintage photographs, what kind of a palette you want to use, what kind of content, and finishes, how to finish off your pieces. A really, really good book, very interesting if you want to learn more about collage, or you're interested in collage already and you want to just kind of more guidelines along the things that you can do. It's a how-to and what to do it with, basically. So that is Collage Lab by B. Shea. On to one of my favourites. This is Clover Robin. I think I may have showed this in a book review before, a couple of years ago probably, but it's well worth another look at. This is Cut Paper Pictures. This is one of my favourite ways of creating collage, is to paint up your own papers and then use those as a basis for collage. So it's one of my favourite ways. I do like lots of different ways, but this book by Clover Robin is really good. It takes you through the basics. So all the things that you use, beautifully illustrated in collage form. All the different things that you tend to find at the beginning of an instructional book. I love this pile of snippets here. This looks like my desk after I've had a collage collage frenzy. So types of paper. I like the contrast of the black and white against all the colourful pieces here. How to colour paper? Well, this is like, there are so many ways. It's like, how long is a piece of string? But the way that Clover uses paint in order to get texture and things onto paper is very interesting. How to store your scraps, finding inspiration, basic collage. Now the other thing you need to know is, do you rip or do you snip? I like to do both. It depends on what kind of a texture I'm looking for in my pieces. So ripping and snipping is all part of your collage work. Also, do you like to use a scalpel or do you prefer scissors? These are all things that you can take into the equation of when you want to create your own collages. These take you through lots and lots of different ways of creating nature. So you've got vegetables, you've got leaves, you've got bugs and butterflies and birds. Love birds. You know I love birds. Then we go into the architectural. So houses, collaged houses are always beautiful. And to do like a Christmas scene with a collage would make a great series of Christmas cards for putting together. If you are an early bird and you want to start making your Christmas cards early, then this is probably a nice way to go. Lettering and patterns, basic composition, mountain scenes. I like that one. Other collages from photos. Brilliant. So lots and lots of things in here. Also included in the back of the book is a selection of painted papers that you could use if you wanted to. I myself prefer to create my own, but they're good inspiration. So if you have a look through them, you can see what kind of things can be created with paper and paint and pens and anything else you want to throw at it. So that's Cut Paper Pictures by Clover Robin. Turn your art and photos into personalised collages. These next two books are, well, I think they're an absolute joy. They're not really how-tos, they're more of a show and tell, and lots to read as well, lots of different things that you can read about. So the first one, they're both books about Mark Held. So Mark Held is an artist who creates natural things, so more nature images, I would say, with lino cutting, with collage work and printmaking and all that kind of thing. But I really love Mark's collages the best. I love the lino prints as well, but I have to say the collages are the things that stole my heart. This is a book that I've had for a few years. This is the workbook, Mark Held's workbook. So I'm going to separate them out so that I can open this one out and show you. And then I'll take you on to the one that I've just recently acquired because I could not leave it in the shop. So even the end papers of this book are amazing. These are all made by Mark as well. But if you take the book cover off, you get this beautiful, it's like a, I don't know, an imprint on the front of this bird. This is obviously one of Mark's lino cuts. So let's flop that back down without knocking the camera again. It's a very big book. It is quite a big boy. So this is Mark Hurl's workbook, text by Simon Martin. But look at all this visual imagery you get. If you are a visual artist and you like to sort of see all the things together, these are the kind of books that make your mouth water. So there's a lot of Mark's artwork in here, which is stunningly beautiful, I have to say. And if you're looking for inspiration, these are both of these books I absolutely adore. I love this mind map. A chart of inspirations, themes and connections in Mark Hurl's head. I think we should all do something like this so we can look back and say, yeah, that's what gets me going. That's what makes me create. So you've got lists of people who have inspired. So you've got Picasso, you've got folk art, you've got a list of different artists, new romantic artists, William Blake, all the things that have inspired Mark into creating his pieces of work. And I think it's a really good idea to do that when you've got an idea of what you like and how you like to see things portrayed on paper. Then it's a really nice thing to have it all written down. So collage and printmaking are two of the main things that I know Mark for. Lithographs, I love these. This one particular, this chicken, the hair, oh my gosh, so beautiful just to look through it. I'm not going to show you everything because I think it's not fair to show everything in the book. You want to go and have a look at it yourself. Love this tiger boy here, and a holiday in Venice portrayed in collage. How fabulous. I absolutely love this. The Winter Farmhouse. So we've got poetry in here. We've got lots of things to read about Mark and how his work has changed or not changed over the years, or things that he's enjoyed working with. These are beautiful. I absolutely adore these. And it says, the little owl and squirrel are the focal points in the main panels of the tote bag that I designed for the Tate. Very cool indeed. It is like looking into a workbook, isn't it? I mean, it's really well titled because it is like looking into the workbook of an artist, which is a stunning way to get to know how they came to the ideas that they put forward. I know that Mark is a huge collector of things. He's a big collector of all kinds of beautiful objects that will then inspire him. I have recently seen this book, and I want to add one of those to my collection as well. It's a first book of nature. It is a children's book, but the beautiful illustrations are just stunning. It is a riot of colour and shape and form, and it does inspire me an awful lot. Now, books like these have got no tutorials or how to do things in. It is purely an inspirational book to get your mind going and to give you ideas of what you could do, what you could create in your own way, obviously. And the next book is my most recent Mark Hurl book. This is actually compiled by Mark himself. It is stunning again. So it's Mark Hurl's raucous invention, The Joy of Making. And again, it's another look into the work of the wonder that is Mark Hurl. Spreads and themes, tells you everything, the contents of the book there. These are some of Mark, I told you he was a collector. These are some of the things that Mark likes to collect. So you can see here all the interests that inspire and provoke the artwork. So Beautiful. Absolutely love and adore. So Mark held at home and at work. There's lots of things to read about Mark as well. I am going to sit down with a coffee to have a go through. This is the first time I've had a proper look through this one because it only arrived yesterday, and I had seen it before and I've wanted to buy this book, and yesterday it was I couldn't resist, so I actually grabbed a copy of this. Winter Hounds. I adore hounds. I am a big hound fan, especially Irish wolfhounds and things. So these are beautiful. I love this as well. A catalogue of some general names for hounds and beagles. Brilliant. So there's lots about Mark's collection, and then you get to these most glorious collage pieces. You know I'm going to love this because it's an owl, and all the birds that Mark does in his collage style. Collage manifesto. So there are ideas, lots and lots of ideas. It's a book you'd want to take notes from, basically, things that grab you out of the work that he produces, and things that you might want to have a go at yourself in your own way. But there is a lot of information. A poetic list of colours. Love. And then he goes through all the colours. This reminds me of a book that I've got on my shelf somewhere that really does go in a poetic way to explain colours. Oh, I'll have to dig that one out again. Oh, this just makes me want to make things. It just is so inspiring. I adore this shirt. Oh my gosh. Oh, that is stunning. If I could have a shirt with that on it, I would be a happy person. So lots of people that Mark has worked with along the way are also included in here. I love this. It is kind of a follow-on from the previous book, with all this beautiful imagery. Oh, look at him, look at him. He's so lovely. Oh, and there's his, it's like a piece of work, a collage based on that beautiful dog. But if you want inspiration, you like colour, oh, beaut. Sorry, I keep getting distracted by the beauty. As I say, it's the first time I properly had a little look through this one because I am super inspired by everything in it. And I'm dribbling and drooling at these beautiful owls. Such a lovely look through the work of a very wonderful artist, in my opinion. So both of those books I would definitely suggest if you are at all interested in taking your work in collage further. So it's Mark Hurl's Raucous Invention, A Joy of Making, and this one which previously came out, which is Mark Hurl's Workbook. And that's it for today. I hope you've had an enjoyable time having a look through these books. I'm going to settle down with a nice cuppa and another look through this one here. They are rather heavy. These two are particularly heavy. So it might be an idea to have something on your lap that can support them because they are heavy books. I'm just curious to know if there is anything underneath this like there was on the previous. No, there isn't. There's no bird there. There's an imprint of the Thames and Hudson print house logo.